Hey, welcome to another episode of the Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert BOBTV Brown. Before we get into the segment, by the end of this video, I want you to do a few things for me. First of all, if you like the video, hit the like button. Please do. If you don't like it, hit unlike. It's okay. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Sometimes, as Jimmy Dore would say, you find yourself unsubscribed and you need to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell right next to it so you can be notified when a new video is being dropped. Whoop, there it is. And more importantly, the super chat will be on for this segment. So if you want to donate toward the efforts of Bob TV, that's freely up to you. I do have a job, but any amount will help toward the growth of this channel. And more important, let us help you help us by introducing you to a program. There's a link down below that says Equal Justice for All. You're going to click that video link and there's some educational tutorial about a phenomenal program in America that is really making equal justice a reality for every citizen. So this program is phenomenal. The proceeds from you participating in the program will go back, 10% will go back into the Bob TV YouTube channel. So anyway, my name is Robert Brown with the Rob Report. Let's get into it. Welcome to another episode of the Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert BOBTV Brown. How are you doing today? Well, the first phase of the impeachment hearing is done. The political circus that was taking place with Mr. Nunes and Adam Fuller Schiff. And I'm just going to give you my point of view of this whole thing. I'm not going to break down anything in this impeachment here because there's a bunch of crap, okay? I mean, I never wanted to see Hillary Clinton as president. I never wanted to see Donald Trump as president. You guys, not me, obviously thought you had the illusion of choice. You actually thought you had to pick one or two of the other. Me personally, I red doo-doo, green doo-doo. It's still doo-doo. I don't see what the big deal is about. But because the green doo-doo lost and red doo-doo or orange doo-doo won, the whole party hates Trump. Trump called them never Trumpers. And and he's right about that. These people hate Trump so bad just for the simple fact that he won. And he won fair and square. It was not no Russian illusion. It was not no Russian interference that manipulated people's mind to go to the polls and vote for Donald Trump. It wasn't the Russians who controlled the mind of former Obama voters that decided to vote for Trump, especially in the Rust Belt. It was Hillary Clinton and her horrible ability to run an election, to win an election. She never could win an election. The only reason she won those two elections in New York is because of Westchester County. Look, I live not too far from Westchester County. It ain't all that. A frog can run a race in that area. So if you got a big name like a Clinton and you come to town, of course you're going to win in that area. It's not because she was all that. Secretary of State, she sucked. So, and they're friends. Trump and the Clintons are friends, always been friends, always going to be friends. And according to WikiLeaks, Trump was inspired by Bill Clinton to run for office, and he never wanted to win. But since Trump believed in the power of positive thinking and always talk big, even though he can't back most of it up, sometimes that stuff will work. And sometimes you're going to run into a victory here and there just by talking it up. It's a law and principle. And if you ever read this book called Acres of Diamond, you'll see your words are very powerful. And he talked that stuff up, and oftentimes he win. That's why he talk so big. So my point on this impeachment inquiry, I'm not going to keep you long. This is a Bob TV view. It's a bunch of wasted energy. The Democrats continue to make themselves look like a fool. First of all, following Hillary Clinton in that belief that she just was so incredible that it's impossible for her to lose to anybody, especially Donald J. Trump. Well, wrong. She's so cocky and so arrogant that she didn't feel like she had to really earn this. She thought it was supposed to be given to her on a silver platter. Trump even made it easier by trying his best to lose this election. But because she was so honorary, because she was so elitist, because she was so entitled, the man who didn't even want to be president ended up being president anyway, and she is still in a mental shock. She is mental. She has lost it. She needs to get some help. She really needs to get some serious help. Now, here it is, 2020. And the whole Democratic Party got this mission. The only thing we need to be focusing on is getting rid of Trump. Well, I'm sorry. That's not the only thing that the United States citizen is focused on. Now, you might have some focus on getting rid of Trump because Trump is not a good president. He's just as horrible as any other one, just as bad. Some things he are okay in, some things he's not okay. Some things he's a little better than Barack Obama in, some things he's not. But the point is that this impeachment process is still the Democratic Party trying to keep Trump's name in the limelight, hoping it's going to make him look bad when it end up making him look good. Trump is a media whore. He's a media hog. He lives this stuff. He wants it. Bad publicity is still money. That's just how it is in advertisement. Good publicity, bad publicity is better than no publicity at all. And you keep giving them this stuff every day with these false allegations, these false trials. Big deal. He has every right in the world to root out corruption in not only his White House, but in Capitol Hill too. Because he's the president. That's what he got a DOJ for. That's what you got the FBI for. If you sense that somebody, whether it's a political opponent or not, that's not the point. If somebody is involved in steep corruption, it need to be investigated. And that's what you guys did. You Democrats, you saw Trump was in steep corruption and you investigated. He's been corrupt probably since the day he was born. Don't say that. He grew up in a corrupt family. His father was corrupt. So Trump grew up under corruption. So you trying to find Trump, trying to get Trump on corruption charges won't be a hard thing to do when you dig deep enough. But the problem is you're looking in the wrong freaking area. You're blaming some of the most made up, fabricated, pulling that out of your behind, the crack of your behind allegations, thinking that it's going to stick. No, you need to go back to tax returns, business dealings while he was in office, because he didn't fully hand over the full operation of Trump International or Trump Enterprise to Donald J. Trump Jr. and the rest of the family. He's broken all kind of monument clause, yet this investigation was not about the monument clause. This investigation was about him investigating Biden. Because he touched one of your golden family member, Uncle Joe, you guys in the Democratic Party ain't gonna play that, because he's coming after Uncle Joe. He's coming after Uncle Joe because Uncle Joe is corrupt too. He is corrupt. Uncle Joe is corrupt. Hillary Clinton is corrupt. Barack Obama did some corrupt things. The whole doggone Capitol Hill is corrupt, and they need to sweep it. That's when he came up with this phrase, drain the swamp, not knowing that he is the biggest swamp creature out there. By the way, check out the Swamp Thing series. It's pretty good on TV. Okay. So this impeachment will not work to the end of embarrassing Trump. It may look like it at first, but this thing is a circus, because you're going down the wrong road. There's a road you can go down, and I've been telling you that, and other political pundits like myself has been telling you that. You're down the wrong road. The road of him investigating Biden is not, because Biden got corruption. Biden's son is corrupt. He's corrupt. I told y'all about this a long time ago before this mess came out about Hunter Biden. And I told you about the perversion that's going on in the family with him trying to have sex and be with his dead brother wife when he is still primarily married. Going on, what is Ashley Madison and whoring it up with the money that he's supposed to be paying his wife and kids. A man who knew nothing about the oil industry, a man who got kicked out of the military for snorting cocaine, a dope head, all of a sudden getting $50,000 a month just to sit on a board not doing anything, because that's what you do. You sit on a board and meet every 90 days, or at most once a month. Sitting on the board, getting paid a check, hoping to get favors with Joe Biden. And the moment they start to investigate Hunter Biden, Joe Biden moved to get this man fired. You don't think that should be looked into? I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's A.G. Barr. I don't care if it's Barney Fife from the Andy Griffin Show. I don't give a crap. Somebody need to look into that, because that is corruption. I don't believe in corruption being on one side, not looking at the corruption on the other side. And there's too many of you hacks out there. And yeah, I called you a hack. And you know who I'm talking about. Some of you on YouTube. All you want to talk about is Trump crimes, but don't want to talk about other people's crimes. I'm talking about all them fools' crimes. But you want to be one-sided. Erase this criminal, leave the other criminals alone, and you think Washington is going to change? No. There really need to be the draining of the swamp. But Donald J. Trump, one of the biggest swamp creatures, can't. How you going to drain yourself? That's why people need to vote for honor and integrity in the White House and not this lesser of two evil crap. Now, this is designed to do two things, because this thing can go on for a while throughout the 2020 election. First of all, it's designed to try to protect Biden. They still need to go after Biden's throat. Biden needed to be ashamed of himself. And SEIU had Biden come. I mean, SEIU shouldn't have even had the background of themselves behind themselves, while Biden was sitting up there telling you, don't look at my crimes, look at Trump's crime. He is the most horrible president ever. Yeah, you get in office, you might be a little lesser horrible president than ever, but you still will be a horrible president. So no, none of it fly right with me. That's why these organizations need to stop letting these people speak behind, making them look bad. So, you know, the bottom line is corruption is all over in Washington, D.C. Corruption is in the White House. Corruption is corruption. And we need some real alienesses out here in the world that's going to go after corruption no matter where it's at. On the police force, off the police force. It doesn't matter. Corruption need to be rooted out. And you need to stop taking sides. And because of this bullcrap that the Democratic Party is doing, trying to get Trump on this stupid stuff, well, he's trying to go after the political opponent. Right now, Joe Biden is not a political opponent of Donald Trump, because Joe Biden have not won the primaries yet. Once they won the primaries, then you consider a political appointment. Most of them numbnuts running right now is no threat to Donald Trump, and Trump knows it. Well, he investigated somebody that may be running against him. If that person committed a crime, violated laws, violated international laws, violated whatever, it don't matter who they are, whether they're running for office or not, they still need to be investigated. Hillary Clinton was involved in crimes. James Comey was investigated. Gave her a pass, but he admitted that she did wrong. Yet at the same time, James Comey would not look into Trump's crime. Again, political hacks. It's all right for the other person to do it, but don't look at me. Look at that person. Don't look at what I did. You need to look at that person, because he's calling me out, and you need to shame him for calling me out for my crimes. No, I'm calling both of you out on your crimes. So I'm the type of person, if I see something wrong, I got to say something. I don't give a crap who you are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what organization you're with. If I see you doing wrong, I'm blasting you out. It's nothing personal. It's business, because this political business is killing people's personal lives. And you keep voting for them. This rabbit trail of him investigating Joe Biden and him talking to the Ukraine ambassador and him talking to, come on. That is the wrong direction to go. And it is designed to get the media off the issues of the race, cloud subjects like reparations, to put a cloud over closing the wealth gap, to put a cloud over healthcare and education, the things that people need, the needs of the people that these politicians should be advocating for. That those media headlines is going to drown that out, and it's going to cause the people who really pushing those areas and really have the ability to make these things happen and really will lay their life on the line to try to make this thing happen. Those people are going to get smothered, or they're going to get put on the back burner because of this impeachment mess. And this is by design. This is by design of Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Adam Schiff, you name it. They're designing this thing to take away from the power of the race and get it on getting Trump out of office. When the best way to get Trump out of office is keeping the eye on the race, not this foolishness. This got to be stopped. And I don't want to hear no other politicians siding with this stuff. I don't want to hear Tulsi Gabbard talking about it, Bernie Sanders talking. I want to hear nobody who claims to be for the people riding this wave of this impeachment, because they're going down the wrong direction. That wave is going to lead you to a whirlpool and you're going to get sunk and drowned. Get off that wave, keep it on the right wave, emolument clause, and continue to talk about the issues. If somebody asks you a question about the impeachment, tell them I'm not here to even talking about that crap. I'm here to talk about I'm here to advocate for the needs of the people. That's something you guys trying to do to get ratings. That's something you guys to do because you got to kill Trump because he beat Hillary. And that's what it boils down to. You hate the man because he defeated your golden girl, your golden child, the queen of politics, the suckiest woman on the face of this planet when it comes to politics, and that's Hillary Clinton. So that's my take on this impeachment thing. It's just going to get darker and dirtier. Come on, they've been running him through this. And look, I'm no fan of Trump. And if there's something there, you go for it. But there's no there, just like there was no there in this Russia collusion. Facebook and ads out there, Russia did not manipulate people's minds to vote for the wrong person. That person made the right decision, well, what they feel was right. They made the decision to vote for who they thought would be a better president. And unfortunately, a lot of us, especially people like me, would have never voted for Hillary Clinton, not even on the fence for Hillary Clinton after we find out that the DNC was being pimped by her, manipulated by her, and she was sucking up all the money from the down ballot from her own campaign. The people from the down ballot was bleeding. They had no money to fight their opponents in 2016. That's how you lost the House, Senate, and the presidency, because of that one woman and her ignorance as a political opponent in a race. Dumb decision. I'm winning. No, you're cheating. And as a result of your cheating, people knew you were cheating. Then it was exposed that you were cheating, and you had the dumb nerves to think the people was going to hate Trump that bad that even though you cheated, they were just going to let you slide. It ain't happening like that, Doc. It ain't happening. I ain't letting you slide. I ain't letting him slide, so none of you got my vote. And it looked like it's going to be that way again this year. I know some of you people want me to vote for Tulsi. Some of you people want me to vote for Bernie. Until they start advocating boldly and loud for the needs of my people, forget about me. Continue to focus on the other people that you need to win. You want to get my vote? Advocate for the needs of my people in my community, hard and aggressive and loud. Put it on your policy plank under Black Agenda, and you can get my vote. Until then, go to the next person. On to the next one, as Jay-Z says. But yeah, man, this impeachment is by strategy, is by design to get the focus off of the political race, off of the issues, and get it on Trump. Smearing Trump. Trying to get his polling to go down. Dude's not polling that well anyway. But what you're going to do is mess around, He's going to be exonerated and free from this, and that's why they call him Don, the Teflon Don. He's going to be exonerated for this because I read the letter. Didn't look like no threat. Didn't sound like no threat to me. You know, the man wanted to look into the foolishness that was happening to him. Oh, you can go try to dig up stuff on me from another country, but I decided to find out who did the digging up and who was the dirty ones trying to get me. I try to investigate that on my own, and you say I'm wrong for doing that? Get out of here. And you'll very rarely see me take that man's side. But right is right. You come up with all this BS, Fusion GPS and all this con artist schemes to try to get dirt on Trump. And then when you come to find out Trump was implicated and in that particular situation, I'm not saying he ain't dirty. But in that situation, the Trump Russia, the PP dossier and all that kind of stuff, Trump ended up being innocent. Yet he's not innocent now, but in that situation, he ended up being innocent. He ended up being the victim, the innocent victim, and his polls start going up. You're going to do the same thing with this mess, and the polls are going to go back up again, and you don't need that right now. Get off that riding that horse of impeachment because Trump investigated corruption and it happened to be with somebody that's a political opponent. And don't get, look, listen to this. They keep throwing out Joe Biden's name, but Joe Biden ain't the only person Trump has been trying to investigate. Okay? Don't get it twisted. He has every right to find out who was trying to trap him, who was trying to get him in a situation where he can get in trouble, who was making up all this stuff on me. I need to find out who did that. I'm going to investigate. Now, it started off in Ukraine. They said all this stuff about me and my relationship with Ukraine. All right, we need to find out and go to the roots of who went around in Ukraine starting this BS. And then if he find out Joe Biden had a little to do with it, or Hillary Clinton or anybody else, David Watchman's show, he have every right to go after them. It don't matter whether they're a political opponent or not. That's just a coincidence. Yet at the same time, you need to go after Trump on corruption too. You don't need to be trying to move Joe Biden's corruption over to the side and say, don't look at that, let's look at this. No, that ain't gonna fly with the American people. We don't like corruption on either side. I don't take sides. I believe in taking over. You can't put me in the left. You can't put me in the right. I'm in my own zone, baby. You can't make me a Democrat or Republican. I'm an independent. I'm in my own zone. I go off both the right and the left and the middle. I'll go out the Green Party if I have to. It doesn't matter. I'm not taking sides. I'm all about the American people putting themselves in a position where they could push politicians into office that are going to advocate for the needs of the people and not the needs for those who are oppressing them. Whether it's the media, military complex, big pharma, you name it. And oligarchs. So Bob TV ain't going to be talking about a lot about this impeachment because it's, in my book, wrong move to be going that direction. And I'm not going to be adding energy to that. If you go to the right direction on the monument clause and all the business dealings he's been doing, and the money that Jared and Ivanka made, and the money that he made, or the money that Donald Trump Jr. made as a result of Trump being in office, you go down that road, the relationship with the Saudis, you go down that road, then I'll talk about it. Until then, I'm not going to be pushing that. I'm going to continue to stay on advocating for the needs of the people, especially my people. Yes, I'm being selfish. Yes, my people. My people have needs that are totally separate from most American needs, and no politician is really taking time to address it. No Bernie Sanders talk about, prison reform. That's not a black person issue. That's an anybody issue. Well, he talking about putting money into dealing with the red line situation, and you can get loans better. A loan? Let's not go there. No, we need our reparations, because that's the only thing that's going to close the wealth gap. But anyway, folks, I'm not going to be entertaining this Trump BS, this circus. Once it go down the right direction of a monument clause, I'll entertain this. Adam Schiff and these fools, these numbnuts, are making a mockery out of themselves in this country. And people are sitting up there with their popcorn at the end of their table, looking like Michael Jackson on Thriller at the movie theater with that girl. At this impeachment hearing. Now, I don't mind teaching the kids about how democracy works, but this is not democracy. This is a literal witch hunt. I can't investigate somebody that tried to get me investigated. Get out of here. Not if they're your political point. I don't care. I'm going to investigate them. I can't help they want to be my political opponent. They was my opponent the moment they tried to get dirt on me. That made you my political opponent because you're opposed to me. Never a Trumper. Anyway, I'm done, people. I just wanted to get that off my chest, what I think about this impeachment process. Impeachment isn't really no real. I mean, it's not. Look, Bill Clinton was impeached, but he finished his years in office. Okay, his popularity grew as a result of it, and the same thing can happen to Donald Trump in this situation. They trapped him up, Bill Clinton up, and that's how he got impeached because he lied under oath. They're gonna try to do the same thing with Trump. Trump's smart enough not to give testimony under oath. I give him that. He ain't all that smart, but I give him that. And Trump listened to his lawyers. And it doesn't matter if it's Giuliani or Juilliard. It doesn't matter. Trump does listen to his attorneys. And that's what his dad taught him to do. And that's being smart. Whatever your attorneys tell you to do, do it. Don't do what people want you to do. And if they want to do something or act stupid because you don't do it the way they want you to do it, then let them deal with that situation. You ain't got to deal with it. All right, guys. All right, so look. After Monday and Tuesday, even the calendar says, what the I'm Robert Brown with the Robert Report. I'll holler at you later. Peace.